Hello, welcome to the 12 Crafts of Christmas through the Jackson County Public Library in Ripley. This is Amy, and today I'm going to show you how to make a yarn wrapped snowman out of a cardboard base. Kits for this craft will be available if you give us a call within 48 hours notice. We can have one ready for you. To begin with, you're going to want to trace your pattern. In the kits, there should be enough cardboard and yarn for you to make two of the snowmen. But you simply put it down on the cardboard, trace it, and then just simply flip him over and do the other side. The reason I did it this way instead of having just one is it does make his arms even and equal. Not that they would be if it was a branch, but we'll just do it that way to make it simple. So once you've traced it, then you will need to cut it out. What I found is with the thickness of the cardboard, I did have a little bit of trouble using the scissors, so either a small pocket knife or an X-Acto knife might be helpful when cutting around the fingers. But you just go ahead and cut the cardboard. Kind of hard to turn the corners, and that's when the X-Acto knife comes in. So you can just simply use the X-Acto, just slowly and carefully cut around his fingers and pop it out. Once you're done, you'll have your cardboard cut out. To wrap the white yarn, it's usually easiest if you pull your yarn from the center of the skein. You have less knots that way. There are several ways that you can attach it. You can either just wrap it around and make a small knot. You can just hold it, and as you wrap it, you'll begin to kind of tack it down. Or you could use a small dot of hot glue to hold it down and just begin wrapping. You can try to keep it even to make sure that you're covering all of the area, but eventually you're going to wrap it so thickly it's not going to show that you made a nice design in the beginning. It's just going to kind of be haphazard. But you wrap it around. You can come down here, wrap around his body, just do any kind of pattern that you want to get him wrapped. What I found, you need to make it tight to keep it from slipping off. It was a little hard around the top of his head to wrap it this way and keep it from slipping off, so I went to the bottom and wrapped it up and down to cover the area at the top. Now again, I mentioned you should have enough yarn to make two. So once you've seen you used about half of the skein, it should be plenty. This is what I used on him, and he was covered, very nicely, no cardboard showing, and it was plenty thick. So I think half a skein is fine, and just keep wrapping. Okay, I'm just going to tie this off. Which that's how you can do it at the end. You can either put another small dot of glue, you can tie a little knot, or tuck it down into the thickness of the body to where the end won't come loose. Then you're going to use the brown to wrap his arms. This one got started a different way from pulling from the center, but that should be fine. Just attach his arm, maybe another dot of glue, keep it from slipping off. And just begin to wrap the brown of his arm. Get to his fingers, just wrap around up to the very edge, the end of his finger, and then go back down. What I found is after I'd wrapped the fingers, the yarn did try to slip off the ends a little bit. So I found that it's best to put a small bit of the hot glue on the end of his finger to keep the yarn from slipping off. And just like this, take your glue. The end there, and it'll stop it from slipping off. I'll put a dab on the back to tie it off. Next, you're going to want to cut his scarf. For this, I used felt, but you could use ribbon, raffia, lace, anything to make your snowman look the way you want him to look. In the kit, you're going to have 2 pieces of felt. And what I did was just secured it to the back by the halfway mark, the end of on each side. And I tacked it down with some hot glue. Okay, once that's had a chance to adhere, just take it and wrap it around his neck. And simply tie a knot or a bow, whatever you want your snowman to have. Now on the ends, if you want to, you could make a fringe by just taking the scissors and cutting a little fringe there. Or you could do a V cutout for the end of the ribbon to make a scarf. Okay, next we need to do his face. And you can use felt. There will be felt in the kits, or you could use fabric paint or real buttons or real pebbles, anything you want to get the look you're going for with your snowman. But I'm just going to fold the felt in half and cut out a circle. This will be for his eyes. Just adhere it with a dot of hot glue. And you would just repeat the same process if you're using the felt or whatever to make enough for his mouth and buttons down the front. Again, real buttons would be cute there. Okay, next we have to make his nose. And on this I didn't have any orange felt, so I am using craft foam. This is something else you could do for the eyes and the mouth since it does have such a dark, rich color. But you just simply take your foam or your felt or ribbon or whatever you're using for his nose and kind of cut a shape like a carrot. He's got a pretty big nose. Just a dab of hot glue is all it takes. You just glue on his nose. And he is ready. So you see here how the finished look is. You could also on the back put a bit of yarn for a hanger. Probably a nail would just stick into the thickness of the yarn. However you want to finish it. You could give him a hat or any other type of different clothing if you wanted to. Maybe a green top hat would look cute, or a toboggan. But I hope that you've enjoyed this. This is part of our 12 crafts of Christmas, and I hope you'll come back and join us for some of the crafts that are coming up. And we wish you a Merry Christmas from the Jackson County Public Library in Ripley. Thank you.